What happened to privacy? In the era of smartphones and social media, nothing is private anymore. And I would argue that that's not a good thing. First of all, welcome back to another video. I'm Ann Blackwood, your Silicon Valley Sage Sister, here to bring consciousness to the forefront of your daily life to make life a little kinder and simpler. Now, this was brought to my attention a while ago, but especially now that we have things like the Rittenhouse case, this Johnny Depp case being publicized, not to mention, not just heavily publicized, but because that's normal, but actually broadcast live. That's what I meant to say. And it seems like everybody's dirty laundry, everybody and their mother's dirty laundry is hanging out to dry on social media, and there is no privacy. Even when it comes to the spiritual community, it seems like everybody expects to, and I'm even guilty of this to some degree, showing people their altars, their certain rituals, different things that all used to be kept private and for a good reason. I genuinely believe that we have gotten to where we are in the culture with a lot of different problems that we have, a lot of the different things that divide us because nothing is private anymore. I remember a time growing up where my dad wouldn't tell me my dad still won't tell me who he voted for. That used to be the way it was. It was rude, like asking a lady's age. It was rude to ask who you voted for. And now everybody's politics, everybody's dirty laundry, everybody's relationships, everybody's feelings, everybody's pronouns are out for everybody and anybody to see, even if it doesn't matter. So I would argue that this isn't a good thing. This isn't a healthy thing, because at this point, it is tearing us apart. It may not be the only cause, but it is directly correlated to what is tearing us apart as a community and as a cosmic consciousness. We deserve, for the sake of our own health, to keep secrets. And that's not to say that we should lie to people or keep secrets from people who deserve to know the truth, but not everybody's and their mother need to be aware of everything and anything going on in our lives. I would argue that nobody needs to see anybody's food on social media. And that's not to say that on a given occasion, we can't commemorate moments like taking pictures at a restaurant, for instance. Like when I go out once a year to Illinois to see family, I don't see anything wrong with posting a picture of that on social media. But showing everybody what I ate for dinner last night at home or at a restaurant even for my birthday, I just don't see how that's even entertaining, let alone important to share with anybody. And it's only fueling this really toxic culture of feeling like we need to get validation from the outside world more and more, if at all. When any validation of who and what you are should come from within, not from outside of yourself. So I want to remind people because I used to talk about this a little more. Everything that we do is a vote for or against something. And I am grateful for my spiritual teachers and mentors that they, even though I wasn't super big on posting things on social media in general, I am really grateful for them bringing to my attention the importance of keeping certain things private, which is why you will never see photographs of me with my circles of spiritual teachers and fellow students, because we don't bring our phones onto the property. And if we do, we leave them in the house and we do ritual outside. We are not allowed to take pictures. You know, we can take pictures with each other on break while we're eating, because usually they're all day, multiple day rituals, or multiple rituals over a couple of days back to back. But the only time we bring out our phones during that 2-day period, possibly even 3-day period sometimes, is during lunchtime, if we absolutely have to. There was a great meme that one of my fellow dōTERRA witches brought to my attention that I wanted to show you guys, which is this. And it just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, because there's absolutely so many reasons why we need to start distancing ourselves from our phones, from social media, if not just for the sake of taking some time to really feel what it's like to get the validation from oneself, from within, actually and honestly, without being plugged into social media. I know both myself and many of the other spiritual teachers that I've had over the years, we will take social media breaks where we will get off of social media for days at a time. And I haven't done that as much as I would like to in the last 2 years, because I went from in person to building my holistic health practice online. But at a minimum, I've made sure that while I spent more time engaged on social media, more than I was, that I didn't let it consume my life, that I took regular breaks throughout the day, and even went so far as to make posts about how other people should get off their phones and go enjoy the world around them. I see everybody these days literally viewing the world through their phones rather than setting it down and actually learning to appreciate the moment for what it is. Because it seems like no moment is good enough anymore just to be retained by the soul. It seems like every moment these days has to be captured for the greater public at large to validate whether or not it was a good moment or a bad moment, rather than just validating it for yourself in the moment and leaving it at that. So I know I'm going to practice this even more than I already do, and I want to encourage you to practice keeping your phone in your pocket, leaving your phone in the car, leaving your phone at home. When me and my significant other go on walks at night, we will leave our phones at home and go for a nice long walk together. Just to feel what it feels like to not have our phones on us for an hour. Try it sometime. It's going to feel weird at first, and then it's going to feel so good. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for another video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description. That includes working with me one-on-one, my Patreon, my mailing list, where if you'd like to get in on the free workshop that I have coming up, Ritualize Your Life, that is how you'll be able to do that, by signing up for my mailing list, as well as I have other free workshops on Zoom that I do, as well as free meditation groups that I hold, group meditations that I hold. What else? dōTERRA Witches, those are links in there. dōTERRA is your one-stop shop for getting rid of all of those synthetic chemical products in your home and replacing them with the best natural plant-based products and plant medicines that actually work as good as the chemical crap does. And last but not least, may the energies you serve you well, and let's keep making our way through.